French submarine Surcouf stands as a singular experiment in naval history, an unrepeatable vision of the Marine Nationale to sidestep treaty limitations by arming a submarine with the firepower of a surface warship. Her defining feature was unmistakable: a twin 203mm gun turret, the same weapons carried by French heavy cruisers of the interwar period. This gave her a surface punch unmatched by any other submarine of her time. She could surface and bring those guns to bear in just over 3 minutes, an eternity in combat, yet a remarkable feat for a vessel designed to strike from below the waves. Treaties eventually closed the loophole that had permitted Surcouf's creation, leaving her as a class of one. She survived the fall of France, fled to England, and was turned over to the Free-French naval forces. Her service ended in mystery in February of 1942, when she vanished without a trace. A collision with a merchant vessel or friendly fire from a patrolling aircraft, the truth remains lost with the wreck itself. In World of Warships, Surcouf inherits this extraordinary character. Unlike other submarines, she fights best on the surface. Her large health pool, French engine boost, usable even while submerged, and her defining 203mm guns allow her to challenge opponents head-on. Her main battery reload booster, a hallmark of French design, adds to her striking power, and she is also the first submarine to bring anti-submarine warfare airstrikes to the battlefield. Surcouf is not without her drawbacks. She lacks both hydrophone and sonar, and her submarine surveillance is weaker than her peers, and her underwater capability is limited to stealthy movement rather than true combat. Her torpedo armament is as unique as her guns. 4 forward tubes are joined by 2 stern triple launchers that can only fire while surfaced, allowing her to unleash broadside spreads unlike any other submarine. Though powerful and long-ranged, her torpedoes carry a long reload, demanding careful timing and positioning. Surcouf is not a vessel of subtlety. She is a hybrid, part destroyer, part cruiser, and part submarine. A surface predator armed with heavy guns and powerful torpedoes, yet always balanced on the edge of vulnerability when submerged. A one-of-a-kind creation, both in history and in game. Surcouf truly has no equal. So we will start quickly by looking at the armor layout, all pretty standard stuff. All 19mm, 25mm pressure hull, and the main gun turret gets a plating of 25mm. This ties in directly to the survivability, which is quite impressive. 33,200 hit points. Quick look at the build before we continue. These are just some of the upgrades I'm using. And here are the captain skills. It is important to note that all of the numbers we are going to be looking at later in this video are based on this exact combination of upgrades and captain skills. So, moving to the artillery. 1 main battery gun, twin mounted 203mm gun caliber. These have an 8-second reload, very important to note. It does come with a main battery reload booster, 75% reduction in the reload time. It can rotate 180 degrees in 10 seconds, max dispersion of 116 meters, with a max firing range of 13.5 kilometers. These guns fire both high explosive and armor piercing, 2900 max damage on the HE, 18% fire chance. They can pen 34mm of armor and have a shell speed of 895 meters per second. Armor piercing has the same shell speed with a max damage of 5000. So yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. Main battery guns, 203mm gun caliber. Looking at the torpedoes, 4x1 550mm, these are the bow groups. 400mm on the stern. The actual torpedo values, 12 kilometers in firing range. These torpedoes have a max damage of 16,333, 72 knots of speed with a detectability range of 1.4 kilometers, and the max damage threshold starts at 2.9 kilometers. Surcouf also gets access to an airstrike, an anti-submarine warfare airstrike. Yes, indeed, you heard it here first. This has a reload time of 45 seconds, activation range of 6 kilometers, one flight with one aircraft, dropping 2 bombs, and these bombs have a max damage of 4,900. Moving to the dive capacity, 300.3 units. Dive capacity depletion rate is 1 unit per second, and the recharge rate is 0.8 per second. In terms of maneuverability, let me just quickly turn off the speed flag. Base speed is 32 knots, with the speed flag 33.6. With the engine boost, this increases the base speed, straight line speed to 40 knots. This is also applicable while being submerged. This engine boost. The turning circle radius is 610 meters, and the rudder shift time is 4.9 seconds. Underwater maneuvering. Max speed 18.9, again boosted by 20% when using the engine boost consumable. Diving plane shift time of 10.3 seconds, and a max dive and ascent speed of 2.2 meters per second. Finally, stats wise, Surcouf has a very good concealment rating of 97, equates to a surface detection range of 5.7 kilometers. Very, very good indeed. You'll be surface detected by enemy submarines at 2.2 kilometers and by enemy aircraft at 2.2 kilometers also. So this is the Surcouf, the first submarine in the game with both an airstrike and cruiser gun caliber main battery, 203mm main battery gun. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little preview guide. If you'd like to see some live gameplay, feel free to come over and visit me on Twitch. You can see the link here on screen, and make sure to check out some of my most recent videos. And until the next time, keep sailing it like you stole it, guys.